Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, going back in for another Alliance War. This is war number 4 of Season 30. We're up against TRHUN. It's a Turkey-Hungary group. And we've played these guys, I think, 2 seasons ago or so. And we won, and we really need to get another victory. So we're out, ready to smash, and I have Thing on my team, and I'm super excited because I love playing Thing. And we're going in on this first node, path 1, node number 4, Vigorous Assault, Arc Overload. So first I just wait out his regen, tap into the block, and then I just need to be conscious of that regen coming back up from the Arc Overload, and be ready for that. This guy has Mystic Dispersion, but not a whole lot, so it's nothing too crazy. The Arc Overload comes back up, I'm gonna wait it out, and then I'm just gonna parry. And you can see I'm doing some shorter combos. I do need to be aware, of the Pistol buffs that he puts on you. When they expire, they will trigger Mystic Dispersion. I mean, you see he doesn't have it very high, maybe 2 out of 5, maybe 3 out of 5. And here I'm waiting for that regen to trigger. He throws his special 2, which is the one that I would like to see the most. And yeah, we're just smashing away. We're pretty close to getting to full rock stacks, which is easy to do with Human Torch on the team. You don't have to wait for them to fall, the rock stacks to fall off, or throw specials. You can just cap them out at 20. Now when he throws a special, he gets the regen on top of the Arc Overload, so you kind of be a little bit wary of that. But yeah, I was boosted. I got my 200% and 12% science boost on to help me get back to specials, and we took care of that pretty easily. Next up we got Moleman. I'm not changing up any of my boosts. I still have that invulnerability boost up, and the nice thing with Apocalypse is that he can ignore Masochism. So on top of Moleman not being able to shrug off the debuffs that I put on him from Apocalypse, he cannot get the regen from getting debuffed from Masochism. Basically the same thing, the champs shrug off the debuffs, and that's what happens with Masochism, and Apocalypse ability prevents that. So he's really a great counter for most champs that you'll find on this node. And I don't use Apocalypse a lot in war, but it's always fun to use him. He's a tank. I use him a lot in Alliance Quest, and he doesn't have any charges. Had he, if he came in with like a Horseman synergy with Cable or Mr. Sinister or whatever, it would have made this fight go faster. But just over a minute, and we got this Moleman down. Very simple, very easy fight. And then next up, we wait for my teammate Demps to take out this Corvus. We're kind of boosting together because he's going to take out the Apocalypse. And we move up. We got a Longshot on this node 22. It's got Power Snack, Backup Recovery, and Outlast. And Thing is an extremely safe option here. On this one, we did apply a Mr. Fantastic Petrify debuff, which is going to pretty much help any Mystic Dispersion that may happen, which you can see he does have Mystic Dispersion. It looks like it's a little bit higher because he's still got a decent chunk back when I took off that Dex. We're just going to heavy knockdown, keep that Petrify on as long as possible, and we need to be wary of getting him around 50%. That's when the backup recovery turns on, and the Petrify will help reduce that significantly. And so far he's throwing his special ones, which is great. And the nice thing with Thing on this is, on top of Power Snack being thrown out the window because Thing cannot be nullified, if you happen to mess up on a Dex on the L1, doesn't matter if he's got good karma up and the pure heart and all that, he's bleed immune. So the special one, if I happen to get hit by it, it does like no damage. And the special 2, because he can't be nullified, also does like no damage, and it puts on like 1 Incinerate at the very beginning, and that Incinerate is so weak that it will actually heal you through willpower healing. He can't get all the other crazy Incinerates on you, so Thing is a really solid counter for fighting Longshot. So far we've been good. We got past the backup recovery. We've been continually doing those heavy knockdowns, keeping that petrify on, and also the special knockdowns will also refresh that. And we got off some big special 2s, we got some power back, and I thought that this was going to kill him, and it didn't. And you know, I was just kind of surprised. My fingers, I was almost pretty much off my phone, but got hit there at the end. Indestructible took out the damage. So got a nice solo there with Thing. Next up, Demps goes in and clears out this Apocalypse with Ghost fairly easily, and now you're gonna see me do a little trickery move here. I'm moving over to this Sasquatch, but I am not assigned to this right side. I'm assigned to the left side, and we're just gonna use our energy, and then we're gonna go back, click on that yellow tile, and move back. So as long as you don't apply any pre-fights, you can undo that last move. And so I just gave energy to Demps on the right side. He's ghosting that Sasquatch, and he's hitting up past 7. He's got big boost on. So I actually had to go. I had tickets to an NBA game that night, and I was like, yo, I'm not going to be around for a long time. So I gave my energy, and then when I came back, I was at full. We move up to this Mephisto on path 1, and it's got Vigor and Outlast. I'm putting the pre-fight torch on. This is pretty much the only fight that I use him for on this war, and we're just gonna parry medium light medium and just burn this guy to the ground. We're gonna block the special 1 to build up some more smolders, make this go a little bit more quick, even though it's pretty quick. And probably should have just finished out a full combo there into a special 2, but yeah, it took about 30 seconds, no problem. Human Torch just incinerates that dude to death with the Novas. I was actually surprised I don't think he actually activated the aura and all of that fight, which is kind of interesting RNG. But next up we have Node 40, and this one is one that I kind of joked about, and I was like, man, I cannot believe Demps assigned me 4 Thing fights this war. I'm so excited. And he's like, what are you talking about? I only assigned you 3. I'm like, what are you talking about? I see 4. And he's like, which 4? And I said, you know, I'm gonna do the ManThing, the Longshot, the Black Widow, and the Silver Surfer. He's like, you're not gonna use Apocalypse on the Black Widow? I'm like, heck no, I'm not gonna use the Apocalypse on the Black Widow. Why would I do that? And I'm like, Thing is shock immune. You see I did get hit when I missed a parry there. So if I happen to get hit by this chick, which, you know, the likelihood is probably somewhat too high than I would like to admit, but if I get hit, I'm not gonna get shocked, and she can really do some crazy shock damage if you miss a block. And then Buffet, I don't have to worry about it. So I felt like I wouldn't have to dance around or try to just parry a lot. I know I do have max to spare, but Thing is boosted up. Thing is a beast. There you can see I let up a little bit too early on that special. Have to wait out those evade charges, and yeah, see I'm missing parries like none other. I don't know if it's because they're double hit medium and whatnot, but too many miss hits. But you can see I barely took any damage, and it was a little over a minute and a half. I think that's fairly respectable. I mean, it's not like a 20-second, 15-second ghost fight, but Thing does the job. So we're gonna put in a health pod into him. We do have the regen boost going, which we had active for the Black Widow Deadly Origin fight. And this Silver Surfer, he is high ground. And one thing that I'm going to do in this fight that I probably wouldn't do if I didn't have Torch on the team is I'm not going to throw a special, and I'm not going to throw it on purpose. So on my special 1, I will incinerate the opponent with the synergy that I have with Human Torch. I do not want to put an incinerate on Silver Surfer 1 because he's immune to the damage. and it acts as if it's a buff, so it gives him more energy damage if he hits me. See, I missed that dex, but it didn't really matter. I was like right at 10 hits or whatever, and we had just activated, just rolled around that high ground charge, and so we're gonna be a little bit behind on managing the charges, but it's not that bad. I got hit again. Haven't taken much damage though. But yeah, so I don't want to incinerate him. I don't want to have the high ground charges get out of control. I'm buffet immune, so I can dex and dance around all I want. We just want to keep this guy throwing his specials. Unfortunately, he did throw a special one with the armor ups, and those armor ups are actually quite potent. So we're hoping that they fall off here shortly, and nope, he refreshes all. So he has the 2 Furies, the 2 power gains, and the 2 armor ups plus the vigilance. So if he were to hit me with a special, it would hurt pretty bad with all that energy damage. But yeah, that's alright. We're just gonna keep smashing away, keep dexing the special one. You know, we missed it a couple times, but not a big deal. This is the last fight of the war for me. So the amount of health that I have is not important, just the attack bonus. So there we get that Silver Surfer knocked out. Fairly simple and straightforward fight with Thing. And that was it. So I move up to the Killmonger, and my buddy that was tagging along with me on path 3, he'll wake up in the morning and finish that off. And then we had J Goody take out the boss again with Spider-Man 2099, the Mojo, but I don't have the footage for that one to share with this. But our battle group did fairly well. We had 2 deaths, which is respectable. We're always shooting for 0. But man, our alliance, we had 1 goose egg, and then we had another battle group with 1, so we had 3 deaths. They had 17. So we did get the win against TRHUN, Turkey Hungry. And yeah, so on my fight, I had on the war, I had 6 fights, 6 kills, no deaths. On the season, I have 20 fights, 20 kills, no deaths. We moved up 4 spots to number 6 in Masters, and we're 3-1. So we're pretty excited. We got a good flow going. Here's all the attackers that I've used and all the defenders that I've taken down. Yeah, and we're just moving along. War, the season's going pretty well so far. Hoping that it can continue. Hopefully your wars are going well, good as well. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.